Tens of thousands of stocks move within the stock market each and every day. So it's nearly impossible to try to narrow down your search on your own without some sort of tool. Well, I'm going to give you the tool that I use every single day that helps me become successful and how I can find the stocks that could potentially run first coming up. All right, so how do you find these stocks before they run? Is there some sort of magic sorcery that you need to do to find these? No, there isn't. You just need to have the right tools set in place to set yourself up for the best possible outcome. Now, I've gone over scanner tools within the Thinkorswim platform, and honestly, that was really just for you guys. I don't use Thinkorswim, but I used Thinkorswim to create a scanner to get it as close as possible to the scanner that I actually use each and every day, and that's Equity Feed. So before I get into Equity Feed and how I'm able to find those stocks, first of all, I would certainly appreciate a thumbs up. After all, this is free content and it still doesn't cost you anything to just push that like button. Also, if you want to see more content such as this, whether it's related to stock trading or even just being an entrepreneur, I suggest that you subscribe to this channel. We offer all kinds of powerful advice, tips and tricks when it comes to trading in the stock market and also just being an entrepreneur. I've realized that as this channel has evolved, I've created more skills and more strengths that I feel like would help a lot of people out there, and I wanted to share them with the world so that you can own the chaos of being your own boss. So why Equity Feed? Why do I use Equity Feed? First of all, I just want to say that they don't pay me to say any of this stuff. I've been using Equity Feed for years, and it really is one of the most powerful scanners out there across the board. Now, I'm not saying that there aren't better scanners out there for specific niches or specific things that you might be looking for, but when it comes to trading something that is sub-penny all the way up, I think that Equity Feed really covers all of the bases very well, not just with scanning for price action and that sort of thing, but also their news scanner is pretty powerful as well. Really, no matter what brokerage you use, in my opinion, Equity Feed far outweighs all of those as far as their news scanner is concerned. But today we're going to be talking about finding unusual volume. I have a lot of setups within my Equity Feed scanner, and if you guys are interested in that, please leave some comments down below if you want to see more content. I'm just going to cover the unusual volume scanner today because I really do feel like this is the one that I lean on the most when it comes to finding runners before they run. So let me go ahead and share my screen with you so that you can understand how I have my setup, so that if you want to use Equity Feed, or maybe you have another scanner that maybe you can at least get close to this type of setup, that it can help you in some sort of way. All right, so once you download Equity Feed, purchase it, what have you, this is the launch pad that will show up after you open up the application. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to go to the stock scanner to set up our unusual volume scanner. Now, I have this labeled a little bit differently. I have it labeled sub-penny with greater volume because primarily when I'm trading penny stocks, and so that's really kind of why I have that label. But you can adjust this to however you want. So, and that's one of the greatest parts about Equity Feed. It's so easy to use. I find personally that Thinkorswim can be very overwhelming, especially for the beginner and even novice trader. But this is really simple. You just set up your ranges, and then you come down here and set up your actions, and that's it. So for me, as far as setting up my unusual volume scanner, you can select whatever markets you want. Most recently, I was just checking out big board stocks, so that's what I was checking out. You can also add OTC markets in there. However you want to do it is up to you. Most of the times when penny stocks are hot, when we have a quote-unquote penny stock season, I will uncheck all of these and just go to the OTC markets. And we'll come back to that, and I'll show you how all that works as well. So let's go ahead and just check the big board stocks for now. I have my price set from 0001 to 50 cents, still trying to get that low volatility, low price volatility, and volume is at 400,000 shares. Okay, so then I go down to the action prices, and so go down here to liquidity momentum action. Check that box there. You want the share volume is going to be greater than 3 times the 60-day moving volume average. You want the volume to be 3 times what it's been in the last 60 days. So that's definitely one that you're going to want when it comes to finding that unusual volume. It can really help you out to really uncover a stock that's starting to move all of a sudden after it's been pretty dormant for quite some time. And honestly, that's freaking it. That is all you have to do for an unusual volume scanner with Equity Feed. The nice thing about this though is that there's so many other filters that are within this platform that you could use to mix and match and whatever helps with your success. But I try to keep this as simple as possible, and it works quite effectively. So if I just run the filter results, you can see that these are all the NASDAQ New York Stock Exchange stocks that had unusual volume, more so than they had in the last 60 days. So as you can see, SLS is one that's actually still moving right now. You can see how it's moved up 26%. It can also get you the other way if you're looking for something that perhaps has been selling off considerably, Yogo being the one that shows up on here. So I'm going to go back over and show you how this applies to penny stocks. So again, I'm going to go to the stock scanner, my saved filters. I'm going to go to sub penny with greater volume, edit filter, and then I'm going to take out all of the New York Stock Exchange stuff, and I just want to see OTC markets. Okay, then I hit save filter, saved, run filter results, and these are all the penny stocks that had unusual volume throughout the day. Now, it's important to note, and this is another quality that I think that sets Equity Feed apart from all the other scanners, is that I really like the fact that it counts number of trades. As you can see here, SPOI has 16,300,000 shares that was bought, but it was only one stinking trade. So initially you could see this and be like, oh my gosh, look at all this. But there's only one trade, there's only one order, and you can see that throughout the day. Same thing, even if you go up a little bit higher, you look at something that's traded 206 million shares, but it's only got 22 trades. So yes, it's a lot of share volume, but you can't go by that because it only has 22 trades. And honestly, what I really like that a lot of other scanners don't have is dollar volume. I want to see this dollar volume. $20,000 in dollar volume all day trading is nothing. That means that if you chose to get into this because on the sheer fact that you saw unusual volume on this and didn't pay attention to all the other factors, then you could have very easily gotten stuck in this thing at 0.001 cents per share. Pretty tough stuff there. But having said that, AITX today ran 400%. This is one that you would see that ran on unusual volume. See, $737,000 in dollar volume. Trades are at 1,100. This is where Equity Feed really shines because you're going to be able to see the actual dollar volume starting to pour in. Trades are up. And this is the power of having a scanner. This probably popped up very early in the morning on my unusual volume scanner. Wasn't paying attention to AITX at all. But had I been paying attention to AITX, I imagine that this would have popped off quite quickly. As you can see here on this previous day on this basic chart, it looked like there's hardly any volume to be had. And as soon as it started moving, you would have been able to see that right there on the unusual volume scanner. Now, obviously, that scanner showed you a lot more penny stocks than big board stocks, but as you can see, they're pretty effective either way, and you could play around with that. Now, Equity Feed does come at a cost. There is a financial commitment that you have to make to Equity Feed that you wouldn't be making with Thinkorswim. There's a lot of other free scanners that are out there as well, but at the end of the day, you honestly get what you pay for. I used to work on cars for a living back in the day, and I always bought the best quality tools because I wanted to complete the best quality job. Snap-on tools were my favorite. Always went to them first, and went on down the line from there. But same thing applies here. If you're looking to become the best trader that you can be, you want to make sure that you have the best tools at your disposal. So I think Equity Feed is there. Again, just my opinion, it's something that I've been using for years, and check it out for yourself. If you are interested in Equity Feed, however, I do have a link down in the description below. It's just a simple referral fee. Anybody can use that referral fee, even if you have it and you want to share it with your friend. You get 10% off. I get 10% off. Everybody ends the day happy, and we go on about our business. So check the link down in the description below if you want to purchase Equity Feed. You want to go check it out. Make sure you use that referral code down in the description below. So that's it for me, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you like this video, again, I would appreciate a thumbs up and subscribe if you want to see more content as this. And if you want to be a part of a great community of like-minded individuals who trade anything in the stock markets, not just penny stocks, it's everything. No matter what you're trading in the market, we want WeTrade HQ to be the place for you. So go check out the links in the description below. It's absolutely free to join that community. I highly encourage you to check it out. So again, thank you so much for tuning in. And as always, I will see you all before the bell. And B Smith is out.